Hello guys, ladies, gents, here is the video that I promised was gonna happen. So from where I left you guys off last time, with the 5 friends and the details, start you off with the first day, which I'm going to tell you about some pretty crazy neighbors. But before that, I'm gonna tell you guys what happened when we got to our own hotel. It was 3 in the morning. We were all tired, we took the bus, went down, met up with our group, they told us what to do, went to the airport, got on a plane, flew up, it was pretty nice, and like a couple hours later it was 4 o'clock, we landed somewhere in New Jersey. We weren't going to go immediately to New York because we wanted to check out New Jersey for a bit. From there, we kind of took the bus. Like on the way over here, we kind of got split up, separated. Like I was on the back of the plane, my friend Kenny and the other guys were usually on the front, which kind of sucks. We land and we get on a bus, nothing fancy, just normal as charter bus. We get on that and we start driving around. So we stop at this little highway intersection. I don't know where it was, but we went in there. Our band director told us you have to have something that New Jersey was famous for. We had to stop there and get it, so we kind of stopped off. It was like a mall slash like food court thing, because basically the whole place was covered in food. And we went in there and we just kind of bought whatever we liked and stuffed our faces. And I'm telling you, that chili cheeseburger or chili cheese sub sandwich, something like that, shit was good, delicious. I'd love to have another. Alright, back to the story. Once we got out of there, we kind of went to our hotel. And on our way to our hotel, I kind of, like most of us, kind of noticed something. We were pulling up and a car, somehow randomly, I don't know if it was random, I didn't really check off later, like right in front of us, crashes through the fence and goes right into the parking lot. And crashes all over the place. So we get off the freeway, and by then we kind of figured it out that this was our hotel, where that car just crashed into like about 4 other cars. And we're pulling up there, there's like blood, there's ambulance are coming and all this kind of stuff. People are screaming, and we just kind of waited in the bus for a while. And our teacher basically took us to the opposite side of where that crash was and told us to go inside and wait for him to give us our keys. So as usual, my group had to be the last group to get their keys. We went up and I kind of noticed it from my other friends, which their group was actually in the 3rd floor. So we somehow got stuck in the 4th floor alone. Our chaperone kind of like left us up there. We were kind of happy / frightened a bit, because we were the only ones up there. But then again, we could do whatever the hell we want. We could scream, no one would care, because they were all on the 3rd floor. So once we hit the 4th floor elevator, we walk in, we look at our room, we didn't notice anything wrong. We're pretty happy. We kind of lie down, we just relax right there. So a couple hours pass, and I get a call from one of my friends on the 3rd floor telling me that his room is haunted. I didn't really notice it, but I told him we'd come check it out before we left. So yeah, that kind of something that happens in the next installment of this. I'm telling the guys, yeah, we should go check out this guy's haunted room, and they say, well, we'll leave it for tomorrow because we don't really have enough time right now. We go out to eat, we come back inside the room, and we're just watching TV. My friend's like on my iPod, and he's like doing something. So time came that we needed to go to sleep, and we just decided, we're gonna stay up pretty late. We're gonna stay up till like 2 in the morning or something like that. I don't remember. We decided to pick beds. So me and Caesar were pretty slim, and we chose a bed to be there. And me and my other friends were on another bed. And Kenny, we invited him to come in our bed since we were so skinny we could fit in like one side. He did not actually want to do that. He wanted to sleep on the floor, which to me was pretty weird. And he said he's used to it, and I really offered him the bed, because I didn't want him to sleep on the floor, but he really wanted to sleep on the floor, so he did. Slept on the floor. pretty random and odd. It just so happens that we get the room right in front of an advertisement sign that is huge and is shining really bright, and we have no idea what to do with it. So we go inside the bathroom. We had to get all the towels, all those little napkins, things that we wipe our hands. We had to get those and cover up the curtains, because the curtains were not doing jack shit. They weren't doing anything. So we had to get the towels, we put it on top of the curtains. There's a small little area in the bottom that we could not see, but was shining pretty much light. It looked like Jesus was calling us back, or God was taking us back to his kingdom. It was bad. It was bad. Kenny didn't seem to notice it because he was on the floor. One of the beds was covering him. You know? And he shined at us, and we're like, oh crap, it's blinding. Covered it up, and we're done. So we're all in our beds, we're all comfy, we're kind of waiting, and we're watching TV. We're having a good time, you know, pranking each other, throwing pillows at each other, you know, chucking bottles of water everywhere, you know, kind of stuff. And like all of a sudden we just start kind of falling a bit asleep. So we're kind of lowering down the television for the ones who are staying. I think Caesar and like Eric were falling asleep. Me and Ramon and Kenny were kind of just up watching a bit of TV. Not really good TV, you know, pretty plain. I think it was like Cartoon Network which we were watching. What ends up happening is it is about like 1 or 2 in the morning, and somehow we just start hearing screaming from the neighbors next to us, and their screaming just gets louder and louder and louder, and they start like banging the walls. It sounds like they're beating each other up in there, and me and the guys are just kind of like, whoa, what's just going on? There's just people banging on the walls, and we just start laughing and checking and hearing these guys like scream at each other and, you know, push around. I think they were like fighting or something. It was funny. It was great. I loved it. It was glorious. So yeah, they were screaming at each other, and me and the guys were kind of just laughing it off. And what ends up happening is like we're laughing, and one of the guys runs up to the wall and starts banging on it all hard and says, hey, shut the fuck over there. And we just kind of like froze, and we're looking at each other like, oh crap, this guy's gonna kill us. In our minds, we had the fear that this guy is gonna bust down our door with an axe and just go, you know, chop us up into pieces, and we'll be dead right there. Thank God that didn't happen. So me and my friends were kind of just still listening to them argue and fight. They kind of banged on the wall a couple times on our side, saying, you know, if you don't keep quiet, we're gonna come in there and, you know, make you. And me and the guys kind of laughed a bit. So what ends up happening, we kind of quiet down when they threaten us. Then they open up their door and they start arguing in the hall. And for us, our room was right in front of the elevator. Their room was the room next to us, which was also next to the elevator. And, you know, it was decided upon me to be the courageous one and go up to the door and look through that little peephole and see what they were fighting about. So I had to go. You know, I was the unlucky one. I had to do it. So I went up there, walking all creeping up, and I see 3 people, and I see this guy and a girl just fighting. And this other guy and this other girl start arguing with them, and they're fighting each other. It was pretty funny to watch, you know, but then I swear to God, the guy turns around, looks at my door, and I swear he gave me the death stare while I was looking straight at the little peephole. I see right there, he turns around and just focuses straight on the door. He looks at it for about like maybe 5 seconds. And he just turns around. By then, I'm already off the door. I'm creeped out. I'm like walking back, and I tell my friend Caesar, "Hey man, it's your turn. Go up. I don't want to do this no more." So my friend Caesar goes up. He's like, "Oh yeah, they're leaving. You know, they're banging on the door." But right before he said that, the guy runs up and boom, hits our door and just leaves. It's weird, man. I guess it's because we were laughing and he thought we were there, but he hits the door and he goes downstairs. We're all shocked a bit. We're kind of worried. We didn't want to tell anyone because it would have worried them. They would have been like, oh shit, now we have to do this and that, and we have to find these people, and we have to sue them, or we have to like get them in trouble because we're just kids and all that. We didn't want to go through any of that. So we decided to keep it amongst ourselves, some memory that we would love to keep and cherish. And now I'm telling it to you guys, on the consent that all the other guys have agreed with me to let me do this. It was pretty odd to play at the same time. I'm gonna tell you guys what happened the second and the third day in the next episode or video that comes out. So in those ones, there are a couple more things that happen. There is actually a bomb scare at the Statue of Liberty when we get there, and it involves one of us. Yeah, that happened. Just keep tuned, you know? I'll upload these randomly. So these ones that contribute to my entire trip of the week will go out, you know, randomly at random points. But I will be uploading other stories on the side of the trip. The trip is gonna be left for random days, on rainy days, you know, when I have nothing else to do, and I'll just put them up. But there are a bunch of other stories that I'm gonna start telling you guys. So yeah, stay tuned. You guys are gonna hear something nice the next time. Really good times. Thanks for, you know, listening to me. Like, favorite, subscribe. See you guys later. Yeah, new background, like the roofs. Love them.